From a sociological perspective, the coronavirus is a social problem. We are all going to be impacted, and we are all responsible to take action. I'm not trying to induce panic, but sometimes instilling fear is necessary for people to take action. As you read today's headlines, you might see that there's only 5,303 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the US. This relatively low number may give you a sense of calm. It shouldn't. Experts agree this is a gross underestimation of the actual number of infected persons in the United States. In fact, Harvard Medical School estimates that there are likely 50 times the actual number of confirmed cases. This low confirmed cases count disseminated by the media downplays the risk of infection and encourages people and businesses to carry on as usual. It shouldn't. COVID-19 by the numbers. Here's the likely trajectory of the coronavirus in the state of Texas if we don't immediately start extreme measures of social distancing. As of today, there are 85 confirmed cases in Texas. While Harvard estimates that there are 50 times more than that, let's play it conservatively and say there are only 5 times that amount for a total of 425 cases of COVID-19 in Texas. Again, this number may not seem alarming. However, the number of infected for this virus does not increase at a slow and steady rate. What we are learning here in the US and in countries around the world is that this disease transmits exponentially. Without social distancing, the number of infected could potentially double every 3 days. This means that in 30 days, the 425 potential cases in Texas could climb to 435,200. The majority of these people will only experience mild symptoms, but 15% of them or more will likely require hospitalization. That's 65,280 people. According to the American Hospital Directory, there are only 58,055 hospital beds in Texas. Even if every one of those 58,055 beds were vacant, which they aren't, that would leave 7,225 people without the life-saving care they would need. Imagine that 30 days from now, your child breaks their arm, or your mother has a stroke, or you develop appendicitis, and all of the hospitals in your state are at maximum capacity. Healthcare workers will be put in wartime situations where they have to triage emergency patients and decide who gets saved and who has to die. That is the frightening reality we are facing if we don't flatten the curve of transmission for this disease. You may be healthy now. You may not become terribly ill if you contract COVID-19. But if you and I and every single US citizen doesn't start taking social distancing seriously, we will all be negatively impacted by this disease. This is why social problems are so difficult to solve. If we don't think that they affect us, we are likely to do nothing. Please hear this. Social problems affect everyone. It is imperative that we come together as a society to act now. Every additional minute we wait to act is costing people their lives. The US government may not have completely shut down schools, businesses, and restaurants yet, but it inevitably will, and the sooner the better. Until then, do whatever you can to keep you and your family at home. No more dining out, no more non-essential shopping, no more social gatherings. If your employers are still asking you to report to work, request permission to work from home. If your children's school has not yet closed, keep them home anyway. Now is the time to personally advocate for both your own and your family's well-being. The individual sacrifices we make now will hopefully help all of us return to a semblance of normality sooner rather than later. To quote Helen Keller, "Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much." Stay well.